Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our player ratings for Man City 1, Newcastle 0. So make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let's jump into it. So first up, Ederson in goal. Another big clean sheet for Ederson, and I think he's become one of our most important players. I think he saves us at crucial times, like he did in the Super Cup on Wednesday. This one as well, he had a couple of moments where he had to rush out. He had to intercept the ball, good header outside of his box, made a decent save low down by Harvey Barnes. And his kicking today, his distribution was really, really good. So Ederson, yeah, good performance, clean sheet again for him, and he's coming good. Ederson, he is. I'm impressed with him at the moment, and I'm going to give him a 7. Ahead of him, we've got Guardiola on the left hand side. Guardiola, obviously new to the team. He's not really with it at the moment, but I'm impressed with him. I like him. He gets something down the pitch really well. He seems comfortable on the ball as well. And today he did save Roger when he made a big mistake late on in the second half when he held up 2 Newcastle players and he won his 1v2. So yeah, Guardiola today, big performance from him. Liking him as well. 7. Next to him, we have Akanji. Now, Akanji was in John Stones' role today. He was stepping in midfield a lot. The moments where he was ahead of Haaland as well. And Akanji, the beginning of the season, it's been a bit rough. Him and Ake at the back, that partnership has not quite worked. But without Ake and with Diaz next to him today, I thought Akanji was nice and solid. He did okay. And I thought he was probably one of the better players as well today. So, again, 7. Next to him, Diaz. Diaz hasn't had a lot of game time recently. Obviously, he didn't play beginning of the season, the first game against Burnley, because it was Ake and Akanji. And the same again in the Super Cup as well. But he came into this game. And I think he does look rusty. I think he does need minutes. And going forward, hopefully he's going to get that as well, because he is one of our most important players. When he plays, he's a really good leader. He marshals the defense really well. And I think he inspires everyone else, with his high fives and, he's celebrating every tackle like it's a goal. I think he's huge, Diaz. And yeah, he got a few whacks today, Diaz. And again, I don't know how Anthony Gordon stayed on the pitch. So I'm going to give Diaz a 6. Good performance from him. On the right-hand side, Walker, look, captain. He's very important to us. We all know this. Without Walker, we're not the same defensively. We haven't got that pace at the back. We don't have that recovery speed. And teams can counter on us quite easily. Walker prevents that. And today, Newcastle did try and counter with us, but Walker didn't allow it to happen. His pace shut it down quite early. And he did a really good job. Getting forward, I think he can do better. I always say he can run into that space behind the defenders more. He can aim for the byline and whip that ball across, but he doesn't. But there was one moment today where he did take on a player. I think it was Joelinton or someone in the middle, ran through their midfield and cut from right to left. I want to see that more from him today. Want to see him on the ball more, because he's got the pace. Just knock it past the play and go. Obviously, that depends on Pep as well. So yeah, big performance from him again. Good performance. 7. Now Rodri is so important to us. He's one of our best players. For me, he's the best CDM in the league. We're not the same team without him when someone else comes in. Yeah, he just looks a bit of a... We don't look quite the same team. And in the second half, when he got tired, City just tended to crumble in that midfield, and we just started getting overrun by much. Well, they looked fresh in Newcastle, and that was because of all the substitutions they made compared to Pep. But they still looked fresher, they looked crisper, and when Roger got tired, that's when we started to get overrun. That's when it got a little bit nervy towards the end of the second half. We needed that second win that we got in the last 5-10 minutes to see us through the game. So Roger, he did make one big mistake where he passed the ball short towards Guardiola, didn't quite reach him, and Newcastle broke. And as mentioned, Guardiola saved him. So I'm going to give Roger a 6. Ahead of him, Alvarez. I thought Alvarez had a decent game. I think he makes a lot of fouls, which is unnecessary, especially when he's pressing. I don't think his pressing game's perfect yet. You think he'd be getting better by now, but he doesn't seem to be. But he took his goal really well, really well. What a finish that is. And we know he can score goals because he did it in South America, and that's why we bought him, because he scores goals. He's a striker. But Pep plays him in the De Bruyne role when he's not on the pitch. So today, again, like he has done for us before, he's had to turn like kind of creator, provider. But he's got a really good goal. And he did perform well, to be fair to him. And late on in the game, it was him and Foden who was doing all the pressing, all the running. I'll give him an 8, Alvarez. Next to him, we have Grealish. No, we have Kovacic. So we'll start with Kovacic. I'm really impressed with Kovacic. I really am. I think he's really stable. I think he helps Rodri out a lot more as well, because he's a lot more defensive minded, a little bit more, I want to say mobile than Gundogan, but maybe that's a bit unfair. But where Gundogan does his best work in the box and at the edge of the box, Kovacic seems to do it around the midfield, the middle third of the pitch, just inside their half, just inside ours. But he's really good on the ball, left, right, keep hold of the ball as well, he can hold it up. And his passing is really simple and he keeps it straight. Straight and simple. And that's what I like about him as well. Nothing flashy about him. And he can tackle as well. So I'm going to give him an A as well because I was really impressed with him. Grealish on the left-hand side. Grealish, like I said, he's not had a lot of minutes, Grealish, but played for the 490 in this one. And I think he did a good job. He marshalled Al Almiron really well. Got in a good tackle as well in the second half. About midway through down the line. Obviously, he gets forward a lot, holds the ball up nicely, wins a lot of free kicks. Had a couple of chances where he cut inside, but he's getting a bit predictable with that. I want to see him go down that outside a little bit more. But overall, 7. And Foden, the last midfielder. Now, Foden today was world class. I said in the match reaction. I saw a thing earlier on in the day saying, a comment on Twitter or somewhere saying that Foden is meh from someone. That he wouldn't get in any of the other top 10 Premier League teams, which is an absolute joke because Foden is unbelievably technically, he's remarkable and he's also there to take it on for after David Silva when he left. But it's not quite worked out for them. For some reason, Pep seems to prefer Alvarez over him at the moment when he's got a choice of the two. But Foden, when we were at our most dangerous last season, it was Grealish on the left, him on the right, and Haaland in the middle. And Foden in the middle today, he looks so good. Like I said, his turn is so good. His no-look passing, he deserved a goal. Didn't quite get it. He got man of the match in the stadium. I hope he got it on TV as well because I'm going to give him a 10. Unbelievable today, Foden. Up and down the pitch. Worked really hard. Pressed non-stop as well. Yes, he was tired. Yes, he looked tired. But he was like a warrior today. He really was. Ahead of him, Haaland. Look, being a striker is hard work. Believe it or not, when I played for my awful park teams, I played striker, and it is a lonely thing, and I'm not even half the size Haaland is. But when you have that battle with them centre-halves, you just got to keep going, and he just looked tired. He looked kind of defeated towards the end of the second half. And there are times today where he just didn't seem like he didn't want to be interested. And I get he's come from teams where he's used to the counter-attack, where he's used to just being on the halfway line, waiting for the ball to come to him and just to spring into action and use his pace. But with us, he can't really do that because teams are not letting us counter on them as much as his previous teams. So he's got to get himself involved. He's got to learn to hold up the ball better. I think his link-up play is superb when he gets it right. It's just today when things go against him, I think it gets to him a bit too much, and he just lets it override him. And, he was snapping his shots today. He should have done better. He should have scored at least 1, maybe 2. I'll give him a 6. That's it. That's for player ratings. Thanks for watching, as always. Got a runny nose, as you can probably tell. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let me know your player ratings in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.